Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Tel Cockerel. It's the results show for the bumper bonus predictions, where we predicted 20 games in the FA Cup, and the last 3 games are played last night. So we have the results show today, Wednesday, the 15th of January. Today, North London Derby Day. So I wish everybody all the very best. I hope everybody is well and rested. And yeah, I will crack on with the results. Can I just say, Archer, I can see that you're in the chat. I've seen that you've joined the Predict the Football, but you didn't predict any results. Or you hadn't predicted until yesterday when I looked. Let me have a look. Let me have a look at the league. Because the league said that you hadn't predicted anything. Yeah, you've joined it. It was just something I was just curious to notice. So here we go. Let's say hello to a few people. You have Queen Ellie says big up. First one in here. I'm setting the tone for the North London Derby. Let's go smash them, and please smash the like button. Archer says good afternoon, Jose in the chat. Good afternoon, Archer. And he says good afternoon to Queen Ellie. Smash the lights on your way in. Ian, hello from Heathrow Airport. Off to my sunny, hopefully Maldives. We'll miss the game tonight. Gig 15th for the second on us. Ludicrously good odds. Mikey Romero's here. Says good afternoon, Jose, and the chat. Ryan G here says good afternoon. Jimmy Hotspur. Big up, Jose, and chat. Good afternoon. In the bin's back. I only got the Chelsea Bournemouth right. Yeah, but in the bin, although you only started this week, right, I've put your results in for the predictions from the weekend, but the predictions that you made for this week for the week Premiership 21, them results are on Friday, and then we'll do the week 22 as well. Archer, yes, I did try and join, but then I couldn't see where to go predict on there. Right, I'll show you in a second, Archer. Ryan G says I forgot to do the games for Predict the Prem last night. Ed M's here says good afternoon, Jose, in the chat. Drew on loan to Liverpool. Says afternoon, Jose and the Cockerel crew. Carl Simpson says good afternoon, Jose, and everyone in the chink. EMF says, geez, Predict the Text got 15-2. Soji from Come On You Spurs TV, Mr. Jose, good to see you. It's been a minute. Glad to see you're good. And good to see the headbands off. Yeah, I need to clean it all up. It's healing nicely. Stitches come out on Friday. Right, so just for Archer, I'm going to show Archer this quickly. And for anybody else that wants to join Predict the Prem, right, so Predict the Prem, if you're logging in, right, when you log in, it comes up like that. It says my predictions. Yeah, you go in there and you put your predictions in, and then you press save. So, for instance, I've got this prediction at the moment for Everton. The beauty of this one is that you can change the predictions anytime before kickoff. So if you see, I'm changing my predictions live here. You can change your predictions anytime before kickoff. Yeah. I'm just going to hit save again so it saves them. And then when you save them and that, so yesterday, for instance, I went for a 2-0 win for Man City. It ended up being a 2-2 draw, and I scored +2 on the goal difference, but I got no points because I've gone for a 2-0 win and it was a 2-2 draw. But the reason why I got a goal difference of +2 is you predicted Brentford would score 0 and they scored 2, so it's a -2 goal difference. You predicted Man City would score 2 and they did score 2, so you get a goal difference of +4. So +4 plus -2 gives me a goal difference of -2. So I've got some nice. So I had Chelsea 2-1 and ended up being 2-2. So I've got a nice goal difference there. A nice goal difference in West Ham because I had them to lose 1-2. But they lost. They won 3-2. So that means Fulham scored the 2 goals I said they would score. However, when I've gone Forest 0 Liverpool 2, I've got -2 because it was a 1-1 draw. You predicted Nottingham Forest to score 0 and they scored 1. So that's a goal difference of -1. I predicted Liverpool to score 2 but only got 1. So that gives me the -2 difference. So, and with this, when you do predict the Prem, right, goals count. Goals for and against count. Yeah. So it gives you a goal force. So you can see people have got quite a few points, but look, minus goal differences. A lot of people will be on minus goal differences. But I can see you joined, Archer, because you're right down here and you didn't have any selections. Anyone wishing to join this, it's in the description of this show and of any other show that I do. Yeah, sorry, let me just go on. So dancers here. Right, so I'm going to ask the question, right, before I carry on. Side dancer, you've missed this week. Right, but I don't know. I'm going to ask the question. Side dancer and Soji, do you want to play this week? Because if you do, I can tell you what fixtures you're missing, and then you can add them in. So tell me, Sai and Soji, whether you still want to play this week. Yes, right. Okay, so Sai and Soji, if you go onto yesterday's stream, yesterday's stream, you will see people have already commented on their results or their fixtures. So the people that didn't make the show have already commented there. So if you just copy and paste the fixtures from them and then just put yours in, you've obviously missed 5 games this week because the games yesterday won't count. But you are in the same boat as David Shear, Kweza Lee, and Hanno have also missed the first 5 games. Do you know what? Just for these guys, I'm going to do it just for these guys. So bear me a second. I'm going to do it for these guys because these guys are good people. Where's Soji? Let me, Soji forgot. There is Soji. Soji hasn't played in a while. So we add Soji to the list. And I have Side Dancer. So I'm just going to do these 2 gentlemen quickly, unless there's anyone new, and then we'll move on to the scores. So bear with me a second. Side Dancer, right. Right, so for Soji and Sai, give me your predictions for Everton Aston Villa. This is only for Soji and Sai and anyone who hasn't taken part this week. And then I will move on to the results. I'm just going to do these quickly for these 2 gentlemen. Yeah, Dan, come back in 10. So if Finn, Inner Hype, Nick Fadley, Grant Packham, Derek Hutchison, Big Country, Faz Radford, Julie, Kate, Jim, Chang, Nick Collison, Ben, Lord Rodney, Mr. M, Destiny, Angela, if anyone else came in, I'll put you in there. So Side Dancers going 1-2. Soji. Everton Aston Villa, do you have a score, please, sir? Soji, are you still there? If you are, you can put the score in for Everton Aston Villa 2-1. Right, got ya. Right, next game for you gentlemen is Leicester Crystal Palace. See how accommodating we are here. We're accommodating for everybody. Right, can I say to people, I'm going to ask you the question in a minute of how many points you think you scored at the bonus weekend. I'm going to give you the average as well. And I want to see what people think they scored. 1-3 and a 1-all. Right. Next one we have is Newcastle Wolves, please, gentlemen. Newcastle Wolves. Mikey Romero says he did terrible. I'll ask you in a minute because I don't want to get confused with these scores that are coming through. 2-2 for Soji and a 3-0. Right, next game for you guys is tonight's match, Arsenal versus Tottenham. Arsenal versus Tottenham, please, to the 2 gentlemen. A Daigle and a 1-3. Right, it's a Daigle. There's only 13 likes. There's more than 13 people watching. Hit the like button. So side dancers going for a Daigle, and there's a 1-3 for Soji. Soji is on a 1-3. And then we have a Daigle. Right, next game is Ipswich Brighton, please, for these two gentlemen. Ipswich Brighton. Ipswich Brighton. Two one for Si. And I think Soji said 1-0. Right. The next game is Manchester United versus Southampton, please. Man United, Southampton. A 2-1 and a 3-0. 2-1. Have I done that right way around? Yes, 2-1 and a 3-0. And second bonus game, because you missed the bonus game yesterday, chaps. But the second bonus game is Union Berlin versus Augsburg, please, you two. Good evening, Neil. I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're well. And I'll give you some news for yesterday, for the fixtures of this week as well. I'll give you some news in a minute. So you've got a Daigle and a Daigle for. Hold on, you got a Daigle for side dancer. Size on a Daigle. And Soji has said 2-0. Right, and the last one for you two guys is bonus game between Shrewsbury and Wrexham. Neil, I've got a couple of people in here. That that haven't played this week, so I'm just adding them now, and then I'm going to do a results show. Hanno, doesn't matter. I received them after 5 kickoffs, so all I did was I added your ones that start from today, mate. I can't put them retrospectively in late. Right. Just to give you an update, I'm going to give you an update on this week's after I do the results from the weekend. Right. So results from the weekend are as follows. Right. First of all, how many points do you guys think you got? Right. Is what I'm asking, like I normally do. And so far I've had, and good afternoon, Colin Blackshaw. So far I've had, Mikey Romero says he did terrible. Right. Mikey Romero says he did terrible. Jimmy Hotspur says he thinks he got 20. I'll tell you how many you got, Jimmy Hotspur. Jimmy Hotspur, you did, in fact, get 20 points this week. Ryan G says he got 15, he thinks. No, Ryan G, you did not score 15, my friend. Anybody else saying what they think they've got? Side Dancer says 10. Side Dancer, you didn't get 10. Drula says you got 15. Drula, you didn't get 15. Carl Simpson says 18. Carl Simpson, you did get 18. Hanno says 10. Let me find Hanno. Where's Hanno? Hanno's here. No, Hannah, you didn't get 10. Archer says he thinks he's got 22. Big numbers for Archer. Archer, you didn't get 22. Neil says, I don't think I got into double figures. Jess thinks she got 7. Jess, you didn't get 7. I don't think, Neil says he doesn't think he got into double figures. He's not giving me a number. Let me have a look for Neil. Let me find where Neil is. There's Neil here. Neil, you did get into double figures. Ian Mess says 14 or 15. Ian Mess. No, you didn't get 14 or 15. Ed M says 18. Ed M, right, says 18. No, Ed M, you didn't get 18. I think I got 12, but I was too busy crying into my pillow to count after seeing so many zeros in a row, says Kuba. So Kuba says 12. Where's Coobs? I will be sharing these, but I just wanted to ask the crowd what they think they got, like I normally do. Kuba did not score 12. Carlson says got screwed by so many late goals. I was on for having 4 more correct scores until they got screwed. How? I've got all mine written down, and if it's more, fine, but if it's less, something's gone wrong. How many did you say, Drula? Because some people get confused with the scoring system, or I could have got confused because there were a hell of a lot of people that took part last week. Right. And then we've got, Eddie says, I haven't got a clue what the score, but I know I got 3 points for Plymouth versus the Oxford draw. In the bin says, think I'm in single digits. You only predicted a few scores from last night. Drula says 15. Archer says, I've got 4 correct exact scores and 10 correct outcomes. Archer, I think I've already confirmed that you got the score that you put in there. I think Archer said he got 22. And Archer, where's Archer again? I think I confirmed that a minute ago. Yeah, Archer's no. Archer, no. No, Archer, you didn't get 22 points, mate. And I'll explain it all now. Sorry, I just froze there. I'm going to do some of the points. Right, let me explain to you how this works. Scores are over 90 minutes. It's like anywhere you go, scores are over 90 minutes. And we didn't say extra time or anything like that, or penalties. Scores are over 90 minutes. So some people are thinking that they got the right score, you know, including extra time. Extra time does not count. If it was a draw at 90, the draw counts. If someone went on to win the game, for instance, I think the one that springs to mind was Reading Burnley. Reading Burnley ended up being 1-3 after extra time, but after 90 minutes, it was a 1-1 draw. So it's only the 1-1 that counts. But anyway, that may change. Right, let me just say to you, the minimum points, so the average points for last week, because it was 20 games, yeah? Because it's 20 games, the average points works out to 14.8. So if you got anything from 14.8, so 15 and above will give you above average for the week. There was mega points earned. People flew through the 100 mark. People flew through the 200 mark. This week, lots of people gained lots of points. So if you did well this week, you scored lots of points if you've done well. Right, so we'll start. Right, let's start. Right. So the first game of the weekend, I've got to find out where's all the lists. Right, the first game of the weekend. Take the cockerel out of the way. Let me take the cockerel out of the way. The first game of the weekend, and I've got to take the comment out of the way as well. Right, where's the comment? Must be a lot further up. Right, take the comment out of the way. Right, we'll start. The first game, I've got to take the banner out of the way. The first game of the weekend, right? was Birmingham versus Lincoln. That game finished 2-1. And therefore, the people that got that correct and got green. So if you scored green, you got the absolute correct score. If you scored an orange, it's 1 point. It means that you went for the Birmingham victory, but you didn't get the right score. The people that got the right score and earned 3 points were Carl Simpson, Finn Rickwood, Adrian, Jess, Richard, Drula, Dan Coys. And then on page 2, do we have any more? Yes, we had Ed M, Paul G, Roundtable Talk Nick, Hanno, Peter Kagaius, the Spurs Danalist. They all got the correct score and ended up with 3 points for that game. The second game was Bristol City 1, Wolves 2. If you got green, you got the correct prediction. If you got an orange, you went for the Wolves victory. And the people that got this one correct were Jimmy Hotspur, Carl Simpson, Adrian, David Shear, Rinketic, Ian Meth, Jess, Nita, Dan Coys, Archer, Gus Parker, Side Dancer, Queen Ellie, Paul G, Colin Blackshaw, Lee Smithy Smith, the Spurs Danalist, Nigel Pure Coys, Sava, and that's it. They're the people that all got the greens. Anyone else in orange got an away victory. The next game, game number 3, ended up being Middlesbrough 0, Blackburn 1. And for this game, I'm going down. And for this game, nobody correctly predicted the scoreline. However, there were 5 or 6 of you that went for an away victory and therefore scored a point. And so the 1 point would have gone to David Shear, Rinketic, Dekaru, Custom Spoons, and Peter Kagaius. All picked up a point. Everyone else, 0 points. The next game, Liverpool 4, Accrington Stanley 0. The people that correctly predicted this score were Jose, Jimmy Hotspur, David Shear, Jimmy Talks Football, Raw is War, Big John, Dan Coys, Archer, Inner Hype, Custom Spoon, Neil, Colin Blackshaw, Grant Packham, Hanno, Nigel Pure Coys, and Sava all got the correct 4-0 scoreline. Anyone else who got an orange predicted the Liverpool win but didn't get the correct score. Moving on to the 5th game. It ended up Leicester 6, QPR 2. Nobody predicted the correct score, but all the people in orange for that line correctly predicted a Leicester victory, but no one got the correct scoreline. The next game ended up being Brentford 0, Plymouth 1. And there's only one person that predicted a Plymouth away victory, and that was Rinketic, scoring himself 1 point. Then we move on to Chelsea versus Morecambe, 5-0 victory. And the correct predictors for this one were Jose, Jimmy Hotspur, Finn Rickwood, David Shear, Jess, Ronnie, Richard, Big John, Vindaloo, Dan Coys, Archer, Green, Nick Fadley, Custom Spoons, Neil, Colin Blackshaw, and Peter Kagayas. Everybody else went for a home win. This was a wipeout. Sorry, apart from Rinketic, who said put me down for 1-2 for every game, which is what I did. He was the only one not to predict a home victory for Chelsea. Everybody else would have scored points. The next game we move on to is Exeter versus Oxford, which ended up being 3-1. Again, nobody correctly predicted the score. However, 6 people went for a home win and therefore got a point. The next game ended up being Norwich 0, Brighton 4. And for this game, nobody correctly predicted the 0-4 scoreline, but people that got orange in that line, no one correctly predicted 0-4, but there was quite a few orange going for the away victory. Moving on to the next game, it was Nottingham Forest 2, Luton 0. And the correct predictions came in from Jose, Graham, Adrian, David Clark, Nita, Vindaloo, Johnny Bethnal Green, Kuva, Ryan, the next page, Ryan G, Paul G, Hanno, Peter Kagayas, Nigel Purecoys, and Bobby K. All correctly got 3 points. Anybody else that's got an orange there would have gone for the home victory, but not the correct scoreline. Now, the next game that we've got is the first one, which ended up Reading 1, Burnley 3. However, it was a 1-1 draw after 90 minutes. And in that, for that matter, the people that got the correct 1-1 draw prediction were Graham, Colin, Vindaloo, Dekaru. Neil, Grant Packham, all correctly predicted the 1-1 draw. No other draws were predicted for that. Just a 1-1, and that's what the score ended up being. The very next game, as well, as another one, which ended up as Sunderland 1, Stoke 2 after extra time. This game was another 1-1 draw, and the correct predictions for this came in from Jose, Richard, Vindaloo, Side Dancer, Edem, Derek Hutchinson, and Sava all correctly predicted a 1-1 draw. That's after 90 minutes, guys, because you don't have extra time in these. Otherwise, we could have put like loads of different scores in there. Right, the next game ended up being Leeds 1, Harrogate 0. And for this, nobody predicted it. Again, it would have been a wipeout if Rinketic hadn't said, can you do me 1-2 for everyone? So Rinketic is the only person not to pick up a point. Everybody else that played that game got a point for that match. It ended up being, so just to show it's there. There you go. Oops, no, that's not the one. It's that one. Right. The next game ended up being Man City 8, Salford 0. Nobody predicted the 8-0 victory. Everyone scored a point that partook. Everyone got a point in that. The only person that didn't score a point again was Rinketic, because he asked me to do 1-2 all the way through. Apart from the next game, which he actually was here live for the prediction. The next game ended up being Coventry 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1. After 90 minutes, this game was 1-1. And therefore, the correct predictions were from Jimmy Hotspur, Rinketic, Ian Meth, Nita, Drula, Vindaloo, Dan Coys, Inner Hype, Johnny Bethnal Green, Custom Spoons, Colin Blackshaw, Tigaro, Lee Smithy Smith, and Sava, all picking up 3 points. The next game ended up being Leyton Orient 1, Derby 1. It was a 1-1 draw, that game. And it was won on penalties by Leyton Orient. So it was a draw. And the only, well, there's a few people. There's a couple of people. Johnny Bethnal Green got this right. Got the 1-1 draw prediction. Colin Blackshaw also got a 1-1 prediction. Hanno picked up a 1-1 prediction. And Nige Pure Coys picked up a 1-1 prediction. Therefore, scoring 3 points. Then we go on to Tamworth 0, Tottenham 0 after 90 minutes. And people that picked up a point, no one had the correct score, but Grant picked up a point for a 1-1 draw. Hanno said 2-2 and picked up a point. They're the only two people that predicted a draw and picked up points. We then move on to Preston 2, Charlton 1. And the correct predictions came in from Jose, Carl Simpson, Graham, Jess, Jimmy Talks Football, Richard, Drula, Big John, Dekaru, Dan Coys, Archer, Inner Hype, Johnny Bethnal Green, Cy Dancer, Grant Packham, Nick, the Spurs analyst, and a new player yesterday, Daniel Levy, got the 2-1 as well. So just to boot, got the 2-1 in as well. And then the last game of the week end was Mansfield 0, Wigan 2. 3 points picked up by Jose, Graham, Dekaru, Inner Hype, Johnny Bethnal Green, Potato Stew, Bobby K. Everybody else that's got an orange picked up a point. So, in saying that, the average points for this week are 14.8. So, therefore, with 14.8, if you've got 15 and above, you've gone above average this week. Right, let's have a look quickly at what some of the comments are saying. Right, where are we? Where are we? Hanno's forgotten. Right, let's get back down to the chat because I missed the chat. Here we go. Right, I've got Carl Simpson says he wished extra time counted. Thank God it did for Spurs Tamworth. Oh, okay, I didn't know before it's extra time. Yeah, just popping in quickly to say hi. I did crap. If there's anything you can do for me, Jose, I'll put a fat super chat in. See you later. Big up, people. Vindaloo, you didn't do badly. I don't even know whether you're still here, but you didn't do that badly, Vindaloo. I mean, I will read out everyone's scores in a second, but the man of the week is Johnny Bethnal Green, scoring 28 points. Vindaloo, you scored 20. Ryan says I didn't give him the correct score for Liverpool. Right, where's Ryan? Need to find Ryan G. Because sometimes if this happens, yeah, Ryan G, you're right. That's Liverpool, so I've got to turn that green for you, mate. Sorry. So Ryan G, whatever the league table shows, you scored 2 more points. Right, so Ryan G, you now scored 15 for the week. And I'm just going to change you on the table. Bear with me a second, Ryan G. Let me change you on the table and give you an extra 2 points. Obviously, I can't change the table now. So it's going to 1, 2, 9. And that goes to 25. Right, Ryan, I've added it. So when I do the next table, it will be amended. So that's been done. Right, what else have we got? Gus Parker says to me, sorry, I had Reading Burnley as a draw after 90. Just a point, they all count. Right, so where are you? As I said, there were so many to go through. Reading Burnley, right, Reading Burnley. Reading Burnley, where is it? Says Gus Peters asking me, where are you, Gus? Let me go and have a look. Gus Parker, you went for 1-2. You went for 1-2. And that's what I've put in. 1-2. So you didn't score a point. It was a 1-1 draw, Gus. You went for 1-2. Ryan, I've sorted you out. Hanno says 20 points. 22 size get in. I only thought I had 10. I put 4-0, 1,000%. I went and checked my... I have found it. I found it, Ryan. You're done. Spurs GCTV, Graham's here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Johnny Bethnal Green says he's late again. Nah, screw this, Ryan. He screwed you over again. Now that I've changed the score. Sorry, I'm not taking points. Right, let me have a look. Have we got any more? Yeah, Johnny Bethnal Green, you scored 28 points, man. Ryan, I've changed it. I've changed it, but I can't change it on the screen now. It will be changed. I can't change it because these are already been set up on here for me. But I've changed it in the back. So next week, it'll be reflective. So you've got 2 points more than what you were on. Jose, 25 points. Yeah, when it's bonus weeks, I do well. Just shows a couple of bad weeks and then back with a bang. I've scored above average and probably dropped places. Now I think people done well this week. Johnny, you should have whacked on an accumulator, is what Daniel Coys is saying here. Fag and tea to celebrate, says Johnny. Lovely. Right, I've got you down as 1-2, Gus. 1-2. I think I'm due an extra point, but to be honest, my score was pathetic. I don't even want it. Just set fire to it and save time, Jose. Right, who else have we got? We got any more people here saying good week, people? Daniel Levy, tight git, can't even take a punt on all the fixtures. Now, Daniel Levy joined yesterday, so therefore, Daniel Levy, I allowed the new players yesterday that joined. Not they've predicted this week, but I allowed them to get the last 3 games in from last week's predictions because it was a chance for them to score some points. I'm Ryan's lawyer now, Jose, in case you're trying to screen over his points 3 weeks in a row. No, it wasn't meant. Right. So if I go back to the scores again, let me go back to the scores. Right. Let's read them out one by one. And then Michael's here. 2 sides, Colin. Right. Colin, I don't know. You've only done, I don't know, Colin. You only did 1 prediction, I think, for this week. Where's Colin? I'm sure. I don't even know if you did a prediction for this week. Did you pop in? Oh, sorry. I'm looking at last week's. All right, Colin, they're on the stream at the moment, Colin, right, for this week. And I don't know. The only prediction you did was last night with that's Forest Liverpool. So, Colin, you need to do the predictions for. If you look at other people, just copy and paste the fixtures and then just add them in. You've got 2 bonus games. and you've got 6 Premiership games still taking place tonight. Yeah. Right. So let's start from top to bottom on this. Right. Points this week are people that scored points this week. Right. So from top to bottom, Jose 25, Jimmy Hotspur 20, Carl Simpson 18, Graham 22, Finn 13, Adrian 19, David Shear 18, David Clark 11, Rinketic 11, Ian Meth 16, Jess 18, Colin 11, Ronnie 13, Mikey Romero 13, Quez 11, Jimmy Talks Football 15, Richard 23, Nita 17, Drula 18, Big John 17, Vindaloo 20, Dekaru 21, Dan Coys 24, Archer 20, Inner Hype 15, Gus P 12, Johnny Bethnal Green, Man of the Week, 28 points. Then we move on to Kuva 11, Nick Fadley 13, Custom Spoons 18, Tot Spurs 11, Side Dancer 22, Ryan G 15, Ed M 15, Queen Ellie 11. Wait, baby, a second. Paul G 20, Stacy 10, Potato Stew 11, Neil 18, Colin Blackshaw 22, Grant 20, Tigaro 13, Nick 15, Derek Hutchinson 17, Smithy 13, Hanno 20, Peter Kagaias 18, Lee Wiz 11, Leo 8, Rob Belcher 4, Spurs Danalist 17, Nigel Purecoys 18, Sava 22, Bobby K 11, In the Bin 2, Mike 0, Daniel Levy 4, Excel 0, Alan 1 point. With the bottom 5, so In the Bin, Mike, Daniel, Excel, and Alan, they only predicted the last 3 games of the week. So what this does to the league table is as follows. Right. Right, so league table for now is right from 116th down to 70th. We have Mike Oxlong at the bottom with 0. Excel, I've given him a point, but he actually got 0 this week. So if you're in blue, it means it's your first week. If you're in green, you've moved up the table. Daniel Levy is into 103rd. It's his first week. Nick Fadley has gone into 84th place. Derek Hutchinson has gone into 80th. It was his first week. And then from 70th to 30th, Sava is into 67th. Rinketic, 62nd. Dekaru, 61st. Stacey into 58th. Archer, 57th. Custom Spoons to 56th. Jimmy Hotspurs into 49th. Grant, 48th. The Spurs Danalist, 47th. Nice Pure Coys into 44th. Neil into 42nd. Side Dancer 41st. Jess 39th. So a big congratulations at this juncture needs to go to Nigel Pure Coys, Colin, Neil, Side Dancer, and Jess. They have all broken the 100-point barrier. So we currently now have 45 people on 100 points. I maintain, and I'll repeat this until I'm blue in the face, that if people play on a weekly basis, a minimum of 70 people will get past the 100-point mark this season. A minimum. People will get past 200 points. Quite a few of you, in fact. I think that probably 40 people at least will get past the 200 point. And I'm predicting that beyond the 300 point, we'll get at least 20, at least minimum of 20 people. And we will get people that break 400 points this year. But congratulations to them people. Not only have some of them moved up the table, but they broke the 100 barrier. And then when we go into the top 35, we have Queen Ellie into 32nd, Gus Parker into 31st, Vindaloo 30th, Hanno into 29th, Peter Kagayas 23rd, Tigaro 22nd, Drula 21st, Smithy's on to 19th, David Shear into 18th, Colin Blackshaw 16th, Paul G into 13th, Johnny Bethnal Green up to 10th with 28 points. That's made him fly into 10th place. You then have currently myself in 6th, although I now swap places with Ryan. Ryan's in 6th and I'm in 7th. I still end up being green because I moved up. And then you've got Carl Simpson into 3rd, and Dan Coys retakes the lead by 1 point from Graham. At this juncture, a special notice of thanks goes out to Adrian, Ryan G, Jose, Ian Meth, Kuva, and Carl Simpson have all broken the 200-point barrier. So well done to all these people. So there have been some movers and shakers this week in the tables. Right. You got a congrats. Here we go. What we got here? We got Mr. M's here. Hi, Mr. M. Yeah, Mr. M, you probably climb up the league table if you did some more predictions. Right, let me have a look. So you got Mr. M. Yeah, if you was here on a bit, Mr. M, you'd go up. Where are you? I think Mr. M, you don't play every week. If you played every week, it'd be different. Mr. M, you are 69th at the moment, but you can climb up that if you play every week. Mr. M, currently on the stream for yesterday. If you copy and paste other people and then just put your results in, I can add you for this week's midweek results because the Premiership started yesterday. You've missed 4 games yesterday and a bonus game, but there's still 8 games to be played. There's 2 bonus games and 6 games to be played over the next 2 days. Right, who we got? Michael from Chelsea FC. Michael, if you want to join in, go into yesterday's show on the stream at the end. There's predictions there. You can leave yours, mate, and you can become a new player as well. Daniel was congratulating Jess for smashing the 100. Yeah, Ryan, you're above me now. I've changed that. You're above me by a point, which is fine. Daniel says back where he belongs. Congrats, Dan, for taking the top spot. Archer says 57th. This is like the old style top of the pop, says Johnny Bethnal Green. This is brilliant. You've got Carl Simpson has broken the 200 mark. Happy with that, says Carl Simpson. Graham says it's all much fun. Utmost respect to Jose for his time and patience. Daniel says, me and Graham are like prime Barcelona and Real Madrid in a title race. Neil's agreeing with Graham. Daniel, extend your lead as my league results have been awful last night. I'm going to explain something about these fixtures this week, just to let people know. Daniel Levy says, trying to get a perfect score is harder than getting Danny Olmo, says Daniel Levy. Johnny Bethnal Green put in a super chat, says, come on, you Spurs. 1 year'd love, everyone. 1 year'd love back to you, Johnny. All right, can I say, at this point, I'm going to say to people, right, and Colin Blackshaw says 16th, he's happy, and his aim is to get into the top 10. I'm just going to look at yesterday. Right, let me tell you, right, just so you're aware. There were 5 games played yesterday, just for some people that are late in doing it, right? 5 games played yesterday. And from them 5 games played, right? Right, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, right, for Mr. M, Michael, and Colin, if you're still here, I'm going to do I'll do it for you guys in a minute, right? If you lot are still here, But all I'm going to say is, yesterday there were 5 games played, right? At the moment, the average points for 5 games played stands at 1.49. So from 5 games played, the average this week so far is 1.49. Now, people, so I've got people at the moment, I've got David Shear, Quez, Hanno, Soji, and Side Dancer who missed the first 5 games, right? So therefore they're on 0. So that breaks it down. But from the others, we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you know what? I'm going to name the names. I'm going to do it. Right. So far, for the first 5 games, Jose has scored 0 points. Archer has 0 points. Spurs 0 points. Ronnie, 0 points. Gus Parker, 0 points. Ryan G, 0 points. Nick, 0 points. Adrian, 0 points. Rinketic, 0 points. Potato Stew, 0 points. Mink Mixon, 0 points. Paul G, 0 points. Jess, 0 points. Colin, 0 points. Peter Gagaius, 0 points. Custom Spoon, 0 points. Jimmy Talks Football, 0 points. Lee Smithy Smith, 0 points. The Spurs Danalist, 0 points. Nita, 0 points. Perchy, 0 points. Big John, 0 points. And then we've got David Shear, Quez, Hanno, Soji, and Side Dancer. We are all on 0 points for the first 5 games. So that tells you that people have got a chance to make up some points. Gus Parker says, last night was a bust, plus Solihull Moors didn't score at home and cost me £201. 13 out of 14 goals. Right, Mr. M. Right, I'm just going to grab and do these now for Mr. M. And Colin, if he's still here. And for Chelsea Michael. Right, let me have a look. Right. Right, let me just cut and paste that. Right, and then I'm going to put Mr. Michael in there as well. Right, there is loads. There's so many people with 0 points. It's beyond belief this week. So everyone still has a chance. So I'm going to put down Michael Chelsea. Right, I'm going to call you Michael, because otherwise your name is well too long for me to put in there. Michael.
What made you feel like picking me up today?
Michael. Right, and Colin, if he's still about, and anybody else that hasn't taken part this week, I'm just going to do this for you guys now. Yeah, it's a strange set of results. It certainly was. Right, for you people that are missing games, right, give me your predictions for Everton, Aston Villa. So Michael, Mr. M, Colin, and anybody that hasn't taken part this week, give me Everton versus Aston Villa, please. Right, give me your scores, Michael and Mr. M, and Colin, if you're here. Everton, Aston Villa, 1-2 for Mr. M. Probably working. Right, your next game, guys, is hit the like button as well. Leicester Crystal Palace, please. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Michael, give us a score for Leicester Palace. Oh, you don't have to put the team's names in. Just go by Leicester's going to be the first score, Chelsea the second score. So as it's read, just give me a score line. So Leicester Palace, 1-2. Don't have to write it all out. Just give me the score line. So it's 1-2. Right. Oops. Game 3 for you two gentlemen is Newcastle versus Wolves, please. Newcastle Wolves.
I'm not ready to no, okay, fine. Just do it. You do it how you want. But you can put your fish fingers in the oven. I ain't putting mine.
Yeah, Michael, just put the score because it reads that's 3-0. That's right, 3-0. Arsenal, Tottenham. Arsenal, Tottenham, please, gents. I actually put 12-3 in there when it's 2-3. Ipswich, Brighton, please, gentlemen. The you two gents, Ipswich, Brighton. Right, Friday show, because Friday's generally the show that we do for the weekend's predictions, so that'll be game week 22. On Friday, it will be the results for game week 21, so that's these predictions now, and it will also be the predictions show for game week 22. So we will go through the results first, and then game week 22, or we might do the predictions for game week 22 and then I'll provide the results for 21. It all depends on how we do on the show. Right, Mr. Michael, are you going to give me a score for Ipswich Brighton, please? You still with us, Michael?
I had 6. 5. That's the way number. Why don't you 6? And if you pick one, you can give it to a dog.
I don't know where Michael's gone. I'm going to jump to the next game. And that's Man United Southampton.
With chips?
Yeah.
Man United Southampton. 2-1. He's gone forward. Now Man United Southampton.
Come on now.
Is this the first thing you've eaten? Right?
No, I have sandwich. That one sandwich doesn't take it.
I'm not eating.
You can't get through. You've blocked him. You've killed him. You've trapped him.
So 3-0 for Mr. M. Man United Southampton, please. Michael. 1-0. Right. The 2 bonus games that are still left to be played this week are, may I have from you both, Union Berlin versus Augsburg. Union Berlin, Augsburg, please.
Yeah, Dad said to me, so what Alex on a diet? Yeah. So what was the problem with yesterday's pizza? I said, generally you're looking between 2,000 and 5,000 calories for one pizza. He said, no. I mean, then on the website, I'm to show it.
Yeah, because you have 1,200 calories for lunch, right? And about 4,000 calories for dinner. And one was happy to lose weight and not do it.
That's it.
And the last game of the week, this midweek, is Shrewsbury Town versus Wrexham. Afternoon, Quiz. I'll show you the results in a second, Quiz, because you just joined. And for the people that just joined, 1-3 for Mr. M. And now I just need Michael's score for this week. Michael's going 0-2. Right. And I'm going to put you both on the zeros at the moment because you haven't scored a point. Right. So let me save that.
I just put them in this freeze, did I not? Did I not?
Right. Now going to right. So Michael and Mr. M, tune in on Friday at 4 o'clock, and we will do the results for week 21, and we will also do the predictions for week 22 that we played at the weekend. So like that, we're doing both. All right. So just remember that the show's on Friday. Right. Quiz, and for anyone that's joined late. So who else joined after Quiz? I think it might be just Quiz, to be honest. And if it's not, I think it's just Quiz. So, and Colin Batch has already seen it, so it's Quiz. Right, Quiz, your scores last week. Get the balance out of the way. Right, Quiz, you're not on that. You must be on the second sheet because you joined late last week. Where's Quiz? Right, let me see if I can find Quiz. Why can't I see Quiz's scores? Is it in my eyes? Fading me? Right, Quiz. Now, there you are, Quiz. Quiz, you scored 11 points last week, mate. And I think you're in the top set of people. Quiz, where does that put Quiz? Quiz, you're 20th. You're 20th position, Quiz. You scored 11 points last week, and you're in 20th position.
Huh?
Right, so that's where we are with it all. So, right, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. That is your show for you for today. I look forward to seeing you all on Friday. The average was 14.8, so 15 and above, Quiz. The biggest scorer this week was Johnny Bethnal Green, scored 28 points, and he's flown up into 10th place. So big. Right, girls and boys, I hope you enjoy the remainder of your day. Enjoy the North London derby. I'm hoping that we're going to get a result. Enjoy the North London derby. I wish each and every one of you all the very best. And what we will do is I will leave this with come on you Spurs and the big hands I trust. And I want to see you all on Friday, 4 p.m. punctual start. Take care, everyone. See you later. Bye.